Have you ever wondered what happens when absolute power falls into the wrong hands? I'm talking about power so immense it corrupts completely, turning leaders into monsters whispered about for centuries. Today, we are diving deep into the shadows of the past to uncover the stories of ancient history as most dangerous rulers. These aren't just kings and queens from your textbooks. These are the figures who terrified their own people and sent shivers down the spines of their enemies. Their legacies are written in blood, their monuments built on fear, and their stories are a chilling reminder of how dark humanity can get. So, buckle up, because we're about to meet the tyrants whose names are synonymous with terror. Let's start our journey in ancient Rome with a name that practically drips with madness: Caligula. When he first took the throne, Rome celebrated. They thought they were giving a young, energetic leader a welcome change from the grim Tiberius. But the celebration didn't last long. Caligula's reign quickly spiraled into a spectacle of cruelty, extravagance, and sheer insanity. He famously declared himself a living god and demanded to be worshipped. He would have conversations with statues of gods, and even built a bridge of boats across the Bay of Naples, just so he could ride his horse, Incitatus, across it. Speaking of his horse, legend has it he loved Incitatus so much he planned to make him a consul, a position of supreme political power in Rome. He gave the horse a marble stall, a jeweled collar, and even a house with servants. While this might sound eccentric, his human subjects weren't so lucky. Caligula took pleasure in watching tortures and executions, often ordering them to happen during his lavish banquets for entertainment. He drained the Roman treasury on pointless, grandiose projects and indulged in every whim, no matter how depraved. He was known for his random and brutal sentences, executing people for the slightest perceived offense. His reign of terror was so unbearable that his own guards, the Praetorian Guard, conspired to assassinate him after just 4 years. Caligula's story is a terrifying example of what happens when a disturbed mind is given unchecked power. Now, let's travel east to the dawn of a unified China and meet its first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. If you've heard of the Great Wall and the Terracotta Army, you've touched the edges of his legacy. But behind these incredible wonders lies a story of ruthless ambition and brutal control. Qin Shi Huang was obsessed with two things: unifying China and achieving immortality. To achieve the first, he conquered warring states with an iron fist, showing no mercy to those who resisted. Once in power, he implemented a system of strict laws and brutal punishments. Disagree with the emperor? You and your entire family could be executed. He famously ordered the burning of books and the burying alive of scholars to eliminate any thought that challenged his rule. He wanted to erase the past and make history begin with him. He standardized everything from currency to the width of cart axles, forging a single Chinese identity through sheer force. But his quest for immortality was just as intense. He sent expeditions searching for the mythical elixir of life and consumed mercury pills, believing they would make him live forever. Ironically, it was likely this mercury poisoning that led to his death. His tomb, guarded by thousands of life-sized terracotta warriors, is a monument to his power, but it's also a symbol of the countless lives sacrificed for his vision. He built an empire, but the cost was immeasurable human suffering, making him one of history's most effective and most feared rulers. From China, we journey back to the West, to the heart of the Roman Empire once more, but this time to meet an emperor whose name became synonymous with tyranny: Nero. Like Caligula, Nero's reign started with promise. Guided by his tutor, the philosopher Seneca, his early years were seen as a golden age. But the gold quickly tarnished. Nero's vanity and paranoia grew to monstrous proportions. He fancied himself a great artist, a poet, a musician, and an actor, and forced the Roman elite to attend his hours-long performances, where falling asleep could be a death sentence. His personal life was a soap opera of betrayal and murder. He had his own ambitious mother, Agrippina, executed. He kicked his pregnant wife to death. His thirst for adoration was matched only by his cruelty. Then, in 64 AD, the Great Fire of Rome broke out, devastating the city. Rumors swirled that Nero himself started the fire, so he could clear land for his opulent new palace, the Domus Aurea, or Golden House. Some even claimed he played his lyre while roamed. To deflect blame, Nero needed a scapegoat, and he found one in the fledgling Christian community. He initiated the first major persecution of Christians, subjecting them to horrific tortures. According to the historian Tacitus, they were covered in animal skins and torn apart by dogs, crucified, or coated in flammable materials and used as human torches to light Nero's garden parties. His tyranny and self-indulgence eventually turned the entire empire against him. Faced with rebellion and declared a public enemy by the Senate, Nero fled and ultimately took his own life, famously lamenting, "What an artist dies in me." Let's venture into the vast steppes of Central Asia, where a name echoed with such terror that it was said to stop babies from crying. Genghis Khan, the founder of the Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan forged the largest contiguous land empire in history. He was a brilliant military strategist and a visionary leader who united nomadic tribes and created a disciplined, unstoppable army. But the expansion of his empire was one of the most violent episodes in human history. The Mongol conquest was characterized by wholesale slaughter. Cities that resisted were often razed to the ground, their entire populations massacred. Historians estimate that his campaigns may have led to the deaths of as many as 40 million people, reducing the world's population by a staggering amount at the time. The Mongols used terror as a deliberate tactic. They would send survivors from a conquered city to the next to spread tales of the horrors that awaited anyone who defied the Khan. Yet the paradox of Genghis Khan is that within his empire, he established a surprising level of order and progress. He created a written language for his people, established a reliable postal system, and promoted trade along the Silk Road. He even practiced religious tolerance, a rarity for the era. But this internal stability was built upon a mountain of skulls. He wasn't just a conqueror. He was a force of nature, a whirlwind of destruction that reshaped the world map through brutality on a scale that is still hard to comprehend. Was he a nation builder or a genocidal tyrant? The answer, chillingly, is both. Our final stop takes us to the heart of Central Asia in the 14th century to meet a conqueror who saw himself as the heir to Genghis Khan, but with a cruelty that was perhaps even more personal and theatrical. Timur, also known as Tamerlane. A Turco-Mongol conqueror, Timur carved out a massive empire covering modern-day Central Asia, Iran, and beyond. He was a devout Muslim and a patron of the arts and architecture, filling his capital Samarkand with breathtaking beauty. But the way he built this empire was through campaigns of almost unimaginable savagery. Timur seemed to take a sadistic pleasure in creating monuments of death. His signature move was the construction of towers made from the skulls of his slaughtered enemies. After conquering Baghdad, he reportedly had 90,000 of its inhabitants beheaded and their heads built into 120 towers. In Isfahan, the tower was said to be made of 70,000 skulls. After capturing Delhi, his troops sacked the city and massacred an estimated 100,000 people. He wasn't just conquering. He was making a statement, using terror as a form of performance art. He saw himself as the scourge of God, sent to punish a sinful world. Despite being lame in one leg and having a disabled right arm from childhood injuries, he was a relentless warrior on the battlefield well into his old age. His military campaigns caused the deaths of an estimated 17 million people, about 5% of the world's population at the time. Timur's legacy is a stark contrast. The sublime beauty of Samarkand on one hand and towers of human skulls on the other. He represents the terrifying intersection of culture, faith, and unbridled brutality. From Caligula's madness to Timur's pyramids of skulls, the reigns of these rulers are a dark testament to the dangers of absolute power. They shaped empires, built wonders, and changed the course of history. But they did so at a cost that is horrifying to contemplate. Their stories serve as a timeless warning, a reminder that the line between a great leader and a terrible monster can be terrifyingly thin. They show us that history is not just about dates and battles, but about the profound impact, for good or for ill, that individuals can have on the world. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the darkest corners of ancient history. If you found this fascinating, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the past. Let me know in the comments which ruler you think was the most dangerous, or if there's another tyrant you think should have been on this list. Until next time, stay curious.